Hi, I'm Michael.
Hi, I'm Jessica.
Hi, I'm Damien.
And we're Angels on Acid.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey.
But, we're Angels on Acid.
We're a few bands.
We're a few bands. We're also Samarinoct. You might not know. And we were also Basterian. And we'll have some cool documentary type footage, a bunch of lost archives coming soon in several parts. It's a whole series. So get ready for that. That's going to be exciting. And as Angels on Acid, we're back in the groove. This is the original lineup. If you remember the first album, Eyes Behind the Curtain, one of the I think the pinnacle sound examples. I think everybody was real into. We're getting kind of back to that sound, version 2.0. It's like better.
Tends to be a fan favorite, that first album.
It really does, definitely.
It's a little bit darker, the new stuff, more raw.
Oh, yeah.
And there's definitely a lot more, production quality's gotten better.
Yeah.
Plus, we learned a lot from Basterian.
Master, yeah.
We learned a lot, from that, things to do and not to do, and things to do better.
For true, for definite. Definitely good stuff. But we're excited. We're in the writing process right now, and it's just going to be a slow going process because we want this to be.
It's got to be awesome.
Yeah, we want it to be worth the wait for sure.
It can't sound like something we've already done. Otherwise, we're wasting everybody's time. We want it to be amazing.
Yeah, definitely. Like some super amazingness.
We do have a clip that Damien will share with you.
Yeah, we will. We're gonna check that out.
Perhaps tonight they'll try to take him.
Hi. We're back. So we're gonna share some funny stories from the road. God damn, I'm awkward. Jess, tell us one of your favorite or funniest, or one of the moments from touring that sticks out in your memory.
It has to be at that random, like a truck stop somewhere out west. Was it New Mexico, Arizona, somewhere
things.
out there? And it was late, and we stopped, and Michael and I had already gotten back in the car, and we're parked literally like right in front of the doors.
Oh, it's that one.
Yeah, it's that one. And so we're waiting for Damien to come out, and we can see him, and he's like starting to head toward the doors, and for some reason it was like the sliding, like automatic doors. So Damien, at the moment, there's really no one else around. I mean, there are people there, but there's no one directly around him
At that moment.
and he starts just like dancing.
Like really getting it.
I
Really,
was getting
yeah.
it.
Like on a whole new level getting it.
I mean, it was borderline twerk fest.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was bad.
As he's coming through the doors. And, of course it's funny, so we're laughing. But then all of a sudden there's this big, burly, like, trucker guy behind him, and he's trying to, like, walk out the doors.
But Damien can't see him.
Damien doesn't know he's there.
So he's just...
And this guy is looking like, what in the holy fuck is going on? And we are fucking dying. And Damien's looking at us, he can see us, and we're laughing, but he doesn't realize why we're laughing
Yeah, I'm
as
thinking
hard as
they're
we
just
are.
laughing at my dancing.
But the look on this guy's face, and then that guy starts laughing. And then all of a sudden Damien realizes that the dude's behind him and just stops, like, and just walks out the door, and it was, oh my
He kind of
God.
walks from behind him, and then Damien at that moment realizes that this dude has been standing there for some amount of time.
Oh God, it was amazing.
Yeah.
It was.
And as I recall, you danced through the entire... We were at like some kind of like little strip mall kind of thing.
The outdoor mall in Albuquerque.
Yes.
And there was another dance fest where you literally danced from the moment you got out of the car through every shop, downstairs, upstairs, this whole place just killing it, and people are
We're loving it.
they're
Like,
loving it. I mean, every moment of it, people are like jumping in, they're dancing too.
it was.
You're getting things hyped up.
I was the hype man.
It was pretty awesome.
That was
Yeah.
good times.
Yeah.
So, Michael, share a memorable or funny moment from touring that sticks out in your memory.
We did a little mini tour with a guy, Chuck, who had a band called November Process.
November Process.
And he was a really cool dude. We actually enjoyed like really getting to know this guy because he's kind of one of us. He had a good sense of humor about things, and he was funny, and he was slightly awkward, and he was all those things that we are. And when you're in the car with somebody for 24 hours a day, several days in a row, you really get to know somebody. And we had some pretty fun experiences with Chuck, but one of those experiences was with him sharing with us something that he called the German man dance from when he was stationed in Germany. And he would talk about going out to the EBM clubs and seeing these, burly, kind of like just big, maybe shaved head German dudes doing what he called the German man dance, which, how did it kind of go? It sort of involved like this and that, kind of like, and it was amazing.
There, I think that's where Kuterman
Yes.
came from.
Yes,
I don't know why that word,
Which-
but it
should have been a band.
yeah. We couldn't stop yelling that for like 2 days.
Yeah.
Just everything is Kuterman.
To this day, that was over 10 years ago, and
And it still
it still exists in our
Yeah.
world.
It does. I threw that in at the end of one of my last videos.
And wherever
Man,
Chuck
it
is,
Yeah.
Cooler box.
wherever Chuck is now, hello Chuck. Hopefully
We miss
you'll
you,
see
Chuck.
We
this.
do miss you
You're
too.
you're an awesome guy, and we really enjoyed and enjoyed our times. It was fun.
Oh God! So do you guys remember when we had stopped somewhere in West Virginia? Because I had to go to the bathroom really bad, and I think we were on our way to Ohio, but we had stopped. We had gone through West Virginia, and we had to stop. And this truck stop, gas station type thing was sketch as hell to begin with. And I'm like, okay. So I go in and I've got to make deuce. Like it's happening. It's mega deuce time. So I go in there and there's like one stall and there's a urinal next to it, and I go in the stall and I shut the door, and you know, I get to business. I start laying down to business. And I hear the door open and shut. And somebody starts banging on the fucking stall door. And I'm like, what the hell? And I hear this voice, and he's like, something smells good in there. And I'm like, oh my God, gross. And then I'm like, oh, it's probably Michael, you know. And I start laughing, and the dude steps up to the urinal, and I look, and I can see under the wall these muddy ass work boots. And I'm like, oh my God, that's not Michael. So I'm like freaking out, and I can hear the guy chuckling, and he keeps like tapping on the wall while he's like using the bathroom, like tapping on the stall wall, like he's trying to signify something to me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, please just hurry and get the fuck out.
He liked your scent. He wanted
It was bad.
he wanted to go further into the trail, you know, find out what it really is all
Okay.
about. A little super highway.
It was so terrifying.
There was a lot of doo-doo talk, you
There
know,
was a lot of
with
doo-doo
you and
talk.
I being in the car together. I mean, you know, your cycle, your scheduling, the whether you do or are not doing a number two is important,
It is.
because there's
It's
nothing
crucial.
worse than not being able to take a dump and having to play a show, and about one song in, all of a sudden it's triggered.
Oh my God, that
It's
was
triggered,
the
and
worst.
you have like this urgent feeling of having to go doo-doo, and you know, you don't want to make any sudden moves because you might have like an explosive experience in front of a group of strangers.
Yep.
And there's no worse
Dude,
impression than
Pre-show poops.
to doo-doo yourself. Yeah.
So me, it was like be right getting ready to go on stage, just seconds away.
I
It's
gotta
like
poop.
emergency shit.
I gotta poop.
Gotta go.
Yep. DJ,
Every
play another song.
Yep.
Make it a
One
long
more
track.
song. Yep.
Yep. Better
Gotta,
make it a double.
gotta drop them.
Yep. Do the mega mix for me.
Dropping doubles.
Yep.
California power dump.
Oh my
Oh, yes.
God, yes!
You have to explain to those who don't know what a California power dump
Which was
is.
born on the way to California.
You know who else was born in California? San Bernardino Johnson,
That's it.
formerly known as Catfish Johnson,
Very true.
The man, the myth,
the gnome.
the no.
So the California power dump. All right. So you got roller skates. They're roller blades, really. You got elbow pads. You got knee pads. You got fingerless gloves. You got a helmet. You have spikes on it. You don't need to, but you do need spike bracelets. So you need to have like the kind of safety handicap rail next to your toilet. It's better to have them on both sides, but you might only have one. So you gotta put your sunglasses on, and you stand up, and you bend over, you aim for the back of the toilet, and you fire. You just blow it all out and propel yourself headfirst into the wall in front of you.
That's when there a handrail involved
Yeah. With the hand
to hold, right?
Yeah.
So you don't blow yourself away,
Well, no, it's
or
just,
you let go at some point, so
yeah,
you do.
or you just kind of.
To help
It's
you get
kinda
your
like
power
this.
stance.
Yes.
So yeah, oh yeah, to get into the stance.
Yes.
And
Yes.
you gotta flex your muscles when
Yeah.
you're doing it.
It's a full body
It's full body.
workout.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it's a release.
Full body
You got-
safety
You got
gear.
fulcrum a little bit first.
Yeah.
While you're holding the rails
Yes,
and you fulcrum.
fulcrum. Just don't go too
This
hard. You
lotion.
don't want to have like an intestinal.
That motion is reminding me of another
Oh no.
that you love to do.
Uh-oh.
Oh, the truck stop.
No!
Truck stop magic!
No!
Truck stop
Okay,
fever!
I fucked up. I fucked up. We
Listen,
gotta go back.
when you're on the road and you're low on money
This is happening.
and the promoter has stiffed you, no pun intended, you got to make a few dollars. You don't have enough gas to get to the next town, and you're wondering how you're going to make it.
Truck stop fever.
Truck stop fever. There's only one way to make you understand, and that's to show you. I don't know if that's appropriate for YouTube. They might have censored us.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, never
So
mind.
you just have to take our word for it. But you know, just moisturize your face before you do it, so you can really take the impact.
So what was this? What did that remind you of?
That weird move you do where you're like,
Handling different. Yeah. It's an extension of truck stop fever.
it's
It really is.
something.
That's the handler right there.
That's what I was thinking
A
of.
little under, a little over, a little back and forth on the
Front
face.
back. And
Where did that come from?
It's always been there.
Yeah, but it
It's gotten more
originated from somewhere.
I feel like it was a part of a
Extreme over
dance,
time.
dude. I know you would incorporate it into dancing.
Oh, there's
a lot.
always dance moves.
Yeah. The handler.
For some reason,
I don't remember the.
that came from somewhere.
I don't remember the actual origin of it, but very funny.
I know you used to do that with farts. You would fart
Yes,
and sort
yes.
of like build up the pressure on it and like release it into someone's face. And you did that with burps as well, I believe.
Yes.
Just like release it into somebody, yes. Like a bomb.
There was a lot of that.
Yes.
God, that was good times.
San Bernardino, you could talk about that. How amazing is that guy
That was probably one of the best characters
ever?
So, oh my God. I was born in California. We're just getting into LA. We're just getting to our hotel. It's like on Sunset, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
One day
I
on
think it
Sunset.
was.
Yep.
So we get into this little hotel, and we're like, okay, it's time to crash out because we've been on the road for like literally 24 hours.
Longer than that, wasn't it?
Oh, I'm just talking about from the
We
last
went-
place.
Yes.
From Shamrock, Texas. Was that Shamrock?
Yeah, Shamrock, Texas, where that real nice hotel we stayed
To
in
LA,
was.
so it was a 24-hour, the second 24-hour stretch in a
Yeah,
row.
so-
No,
Yeah.
no sleep.
No sleep. So we got there and we were ready to crash out. So like I'm in bed, and for some reason, I'm checking the internet or whatever. I got my laptop out. And I'm like, huh, what do I do with the little camera? I had a webcam. It had these effects you could do, and one made like my head pointy and my face fat and made me look like a gnome. And I was like, well, this is funny. So I'm like, hi, this is San Bernardino Johnson coming at you live and direct from the bed.
In bed.
Hi, I'm Sam Bernardino Johnson. I'm the magical new guitar playing gnome for Angels on Acid. You're watching me live in bed.
So
When you've been up for 24 hours and you're just trying to hang in there, hopefully get a few, hours of restful sleep, and somebody's curled up in the bed with the covers on them and just busts out with San Bernardino Johnson for the first time. It was amazing. You had to be there,
yeah,
You really did.
but it was a magical experience.
yeah.
Oh, there's also
No.
the coming at you live from in the car, too. Like, I think that was the following day.
Hi, this is Sam Bernardino Johnson again, coming at you live and direct from the car here in Hollywood, California. Woo!
I know we definitely drove around LA. We got chased by I got chased by homeless people in LA. They wanted a piece of me and my Lady Gaga t-shirt.
Yeah.
They did.
They
It was
they
weird.
also like Jessica.
Yes. And to this day, I don't know if it was a compliment or an insult. We're just walking down the street, and there's like a bench just filled with homeless people. And this one woman looks at me and she's like, oh,
You don't
she's
sell
like,
it.
yeah, girl, don't you sell it for less than $1,000? And I was like,
I wonder if she thought that
thanks.
you were a prostitute and we were going somewhere.
I don't know what the fuck was happening. It was very funny, possibly offensive. I don't know.
It's definitely a compliment.
Yeah.
We're gonna roll with
Because
that.
you know she's probably sold it before. You know,
For less than $1,000.
for less than $1,000. that's a
So
compliment.
yeah, that was LA was
I know I've sold it for less than $1,000. Especially, you know, truck stops when you need to.
Truck stops, for
Fever.
real.
You get
Truck
that
stop
fever.
magic.
Fever for the feeling.
But,
You know,
so,
you build up calluses though in your inner part of your throat. You know.
moving on.
so San Bernardino, moving on from LA to Salem, Massachusetts.
Mm.
I have to say, Salem is hands down one of my favorite places.
It's awesome.
Not necessarily that we played.
That was a cool show.
It was definitely a cool show, but
The
I
place
think
is amazing.
the city itself, I love going there, and all the people that we, you know,
Our promoters were
Yeah.
awesome. Very
they're
cool
great,
people.
great,
Yeah.
yeah,
Wonderful place.
yeah. Salem, Massachusetts.
Salem.
Love it.
Love it.
If I could move to any city that we have been to, that would be the one, because Halloween time is awesome. So we skipping the San Bernardino, we'll get right back to that. But that was like the one place where I think we actually went somewhere and we walked into a store and heard our music playing. Like that little boutique that had all the
Yes.
like Dracula shirts and shit. And they were like real cool. And we walked in and like they were playing Angels on Acid.
I do remember that. That was
And it
very
was
cool.
like, whoa. It was like we were
Magical.
going to be playing that night
Mhm.
in Salem. And it was like a little kind of goth boutique. I can't remember the name of it, but that was,
That was really cool.
yeah.
I also just remember how totally awesome our fans were in Texas, especially as we got closer to the border towards
Oh, yeah.
Mexico. Some of the most diehard, awesome fans.
Oh, yeah.
And it was kind of cool because in a way, there were people when we went back that told us that like they started that we were one of the influences in their bands that they
Right.
created,
That was
which
awesome.
is very cool. You know,
Do you remember that place we played in Brownsville?
Are you guys ready?
met a what was that place called?
Oh, God, I can't remember the name of it, but they had, I guess, a week or so before we were there, that Ghost Hunter show had been there.
Yeah, definitely haunted.
Yes.
And it, they,
Had all that kind of Egyptian stuff
Yes.
inside of it. Yeah, the pharaoh. I don't know, but it was freaking cool.
well, so they had this one balcony that was upstairs. It was like kind of roped off, and it had rope. There was another section upstairs that was open because there was like a green room or something, but they had the rest of it roped off, and there were like all these kind of chairs stacked up and stuff. And so I go up there anyway because I'm like looking around. I'm trying to explore the place. So I go in the section where I'm not supposed to be, you know, and I go up the stairs and I'm walking across this balcony, and there's like this chair right at the edge that just kind of like falls over. And I'm like, well, that's weird. There's like nothing here. And the chair just like fell over, and I'm like, all right. So I'm kind of freaked out. And at this point, I don't know the whole haunted thing. Like, I don't know what's going on until I'm talking to one of the bartenders and telling them, I'm like, is this place like haunted or something? You know, because like this, you know, and to me, like, I'm not really thinking that that's what it could be at the time. It just funny conversation. And then they proceed to tell me the story about a gentleman that had, like, I guess murdered his wife and then hung himself from that balcony. And I'm just like, and they were like, oh yeah, we had Ghost Hunters was out here like a week or two ago, and they did a whole episode on this place, and I'm like, cool. It's kind of awesome.
That was very cool.
But the people there were just like,
Really, really cool.
they were insanely awesome.
Rabid fans.
Yes.
In the coolest kind of way.
Yeah, like
They
were-
take their music very seriously down
Yeah.
there. And
Oh, yeah.
there's kind of a cool, like, a lot of times when people are into industrial or EBM or electronic music, they're not always necessarily too familiar with metal. But
right.
down there was a cool mixture of
Oh,
people that were just as much fans of metal as they were EBM, industrial, dance music, whatever
Yeah.
you may want to call what we do. And
I think that's what they loved about us.
and that's yes, exactly. That's why it was a cool place to play, because it's like they were kind of looking for that sound, and we just fit in perfectly. It's like everything made sense.
Traveled back to Salem for a minute. So we weren't in Salem yet. We were somewhere on the way to Salem. I think we played a show somewhere else before that. Maybe the night before or something. Because
Does that seem right?
we stopped somewhere, and this gas station had this big, huge, like, Pegasus thing on the side. It was like
Didn't we play in Portland?
Portland, Maine. Was that before?
We've been to Salem quite a few times, so it kind of all runs together.
I thought that we played
Portland and then came back
I
down
think
to
so.
Salem.
yeah, because that's when we
that
met
sounds
Jamie.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah, so
right.
that sounds right.
Because I think was it Ground to Dust that played with us, which was Patrick. That was the guy that kind of mixed some of our music. But
Okay.
But yeah, and we met Jamie, who was our manager for a while. And, but yeah, I think we were in Portland. I think we played in Portland.
Yeah. Well, so there's this gas station that we stop at, and there's this logo or this sign on the side. So it's this big round sign, and it's like a horse with wings, and I can't remember what that place was called, but I got on this whole Pegasus kick as a result of seeing that sign.
What's the Pegasus gas station, isn't it?
And maybe that's what it was, yeah.
But I I know what you're gonna say.
So we play this show at this place in Salem. It's like a Vietnamese restaurant or something, or maybe it was.
It was called
Korean.
Bangkok Paradise.
Where's Bangkok?
Thailand.
Right?
It was yeah. Okay, so that was that kind of restaurant. So I'm not racist.
I think it's
swear.
a Chinese restaurant.
It's called Bangkok Paradise.
It was called Bangkok Paradise.
I mean, that's what
That's
it's
Thai.
called.
That's Thai
Yeah.
food.
So I'm like, I get this brilliant idea that I'm gonna do San Bernardino Johnson the entire time I'm there.
For like hours.
Well, the good people of Salem did not agree with that.
I don't think they knew that Damien was kidding, and
Yeah.
they thought that he was this.
Well, this is before Sandy. This was Catfish Johnson.
Yeah, this was still Catfish Johnson.
which
the precursor to Sandy.
very similar.
Yeah.
What's the same shit, but with different name.
It's like a
But
more
Damien did this voice the entire fucking night, like.
at the highest of volumes. This almost shrill,
And the
like ear piercing
fucker was
redneck
packed.
voice.
So they just thought I was like this insane, obnoxious,
Redneck.
loud, foul-mouthed redneck from somewhere down south.
Yeah. Oh.
Because I'm like, so there are these two drag queens that had come out of the bathroom, and I'm on my way to the bathroom. So I just like stopped them. And I'm like, hey, well, y'all motherfuckers ever heard of goddamn Pegasus? Like a fucking flying unicorn and shit? And they looked so upset
They
with
were
me
not having
in
it.
that moment. And so I didn't think I had said anything wrong or offensive. I thought I was just being funny.
I'm sure they could probably hear you in the bathroom.
But yeah. But so, I'm like up at the bar and I'm continuing this. And there's that one guy that was getting real mad. I think he wanted
Pissed.
He wanted to hurt you.
he wanted to take me
pissed.
He
outside.
wanted to silence you.
He was shaking.
He was so mad.
He was not feeling that voice. You can see the frustration mounting on people's faces, like all around. But
The more annoying, or the more annoyed that they got, the more entertaining the entire
Yeah, we
Yeah.
thought it
situation
was hilarious.
it's fuel for the fire.
I'm pretty sure that you did that voice almost the entire night.
The fuck's going on? Okay, so we're playing in DC. In DC, let me tell you, if you're not from there, you'll get lost in the. Remember when we?
Remember how
It's
many
confusing.
red lights I ran before I realized that they were on the side of the road?
Right? Because it's like what L's and numbers. It's like letters and numbers,
It's
and it's like
fucking
But
ridiculous.
it's backwards
yeah.
to confuse people who
And
don't
the
are
like
from here.
Main Street and then like those side. I
Such a
don't know.
nightmare.
There's a lot going on there.
But so anyway, we're playing at this venue in DC, and we're playing down in like this like kind of like basement type thing. I don't know. But so we get done with our set. We're hanging out a little bit, and I'm like, oh god, I need to go outside. I need to kind of get away from it and get some air. So I go outside. I go up the stairs. I go out on the street. And there's a few people outside, and there's like this little dip in the wall to the front of the next building, or whatever. So I sit down in that corner, kind of hoping no one will see me, and I can just chill there for a minute. And this dude comes over, and he comes up and stands in front of me, and he just puts his hand on the wall, and he's kind of like rocking his junk, like right at my face. He's wearing his little silver mini skirt, no drawers. Get that going in your head. So I'm like, dude, fuck off. I'm like, got my hand on my knife. I'm like, all right, we're going to get out of here. So I run back in to find them. And they're like, yeah, we were just going to come outside. So we all go outside and we're like, let's just hang together and chill. It's a great idea. So we get outside.
Mm-hmm.
All fucking hell breaks loose. So we're literally just hanging out on the sidewalk. And with the security guards, from the club. There's some other people outside, whatever. We're just standing around talking. And directly across the street from us, like everyone in DC parallel parks, So directly across the street from us, there's a little green Volkswagen Beetle. A girl driving, and she's trying to park. And at first we're not really paying attention, and then all of a sudden we hear like a crunch, and we look over, and she has backed into the car behind her, and like we're like, what the fuck? And so she starts kind of looking around and is unfazed by it and continues to try and parallel park. So she pulls forward and crunch again. She hits the car in front of her, and we're like, oh my god, like what? And then she kind of looks around again, and then she just drives away. And we're like, all right, well, okay, she just hit 2 cars, no big deal or anything. So then the series of events just begins to unfold in less than 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's definitely less than 5 minutes.
It's so insane. So as soon as she kind of drives away, it's late, there's lots of people out, and so again, on that same side of the street, directly across from us, there are some people. It's like 2 couples walking.
Yeah, like they just left the club.
Yeah, they're
all-
dressed up, so
yeah.
they're obviously coming from like a club or something. And the one of the girls is just like screaming, like, "Stop! Let me go! Let me go!" And we're like, "What the hell?" And like, so the security guards were like, "Just stay here, don't get involved, whatever." We're like, "Oh my god." So the guy that she's with is like kind of like grabbing her and like slinging her around, and on that same side of the street there's like an alleyway
Yeah,
or
a little thin
A dark
something
alley.
in between some buildings,
Yeah.
and it's dark, and she is screaming bloody murder, and this guy takes her and kind of picks her up and just slings her into the alleyway, and then he like goes in after her. We're like,
into the darkness, like you
Yeah.
can't
Yeah,
even
we're
see
like,
him.
oh my God, you know.
Yeah, we were freaking
We
out.
were, yeah, I mean, it was like, holy shit, what's happening? So a second or two goes by, and that guy, like, she's still screaming, but the guy, like, emerges from the darkness and runs straight into the street. And, like, there's traffic and stuff. I mean, we're kind of, we're close to, like, the end of the block. There's, like, a stoplight, you know. So cars are, you know, coming and going. Well, the light's red, so right in front of us, I'm talking like 6 feet away from us, right in front of us is, I don't know, like a Range Rover or something with the 4 huge dudes inside of it. And they've got the music on, like all the windows down, they're just chilling, they're just sitting at the stoplight. So this guy, as he runs into the street, he runs around their car to like the driver's side. I'm like, oh my God, here comes this dude, you know. And he throws a punch through the window, like hits the driver, and then opens the door to the car and pulls the guy out of the car and just like tosses him into the street, jumps into the car and takes off. And we're like, what the fuck is going on?
He doesn't make it very far.
He does
though.
not make it very far.
No.
And all of a sudden the car, you know, slams on brakes, and the 3 other dudes in the car all get out at the same time and come around and pull him out of the car and start beating the fuck out of him in the street. And we're just like, oh my God.
Like, is this really happening?
Yeah, and then the other guy who was originally driving the car is like running, you know, towards them, and they just kind of leave that guy in a little lump on the side of the road, and they all jump back in the car and they take off. And so the guy that they just beat the shit out of, he gets up and is like looking for another car.
Yeah.
And so there's a little, just like a sedan or something,
Yeah.
you know, with some people in it. And I know other people have to be seeing what's happening, you know. So he runs up to another car and tries to open the door, but the door, I guess, is locked, you know. And they speed off, you know. And we are like, what the hell is going on? And it's like, okay, you know what? It might be just time to go.
Yeah, I mean,
This
it was
happens,
literally.
what, all within the
I mean, literally.
span of a few minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just a couple of minutes. Like, I mean, it was just one thing after another, and we're like, is this just a normal night?
It's like watching
actually
some
is.
kind of really messed up movie where, like, the
Yeah.
the shit you just can't make up like happens.
It's like 6 feet away from us.
Yeah.
I mean, like right in front of us. We're just like, what the hell?
That makes for a great story.
Yeah.
And then,
Oh, yeah, then we met Voltaire because he was playing like I think two blocks, not even down the street from where we were playing, and I guess his set started a little after we got done, and security, the promoters knew each other, or security knew the promoters, or something like that. But they were
It's
like,
kind of a tight knit.
yeah, they were like,
community.
hey, you guys want to go down here and hang out with Voltaire? And we're like, what? Yeah, that's great, cool.
sure.
So, they had a little small, intimate, like, acoustic thing going on, like a little goth night thing. So we went down there and ended up hanging out with Voltaire for a little while. And he was super cool, and that whole vibe was really cool. And we had a really good time with that. So, yeah, that was...
He was not the guy that tried to break into the vehicles, though.
Right, he was not, and he
It
wasn't
wasn't
the guy that broke into our hotel room and put 36 cough drops up Mike's butt either.
No, that was you. And I wasn't asleep,
Oh my
Oh,
God.
that's awkward.
and I enjoyed it more than you
God
probably
damn it.
realized.
Oh, all right. Just took a turn.
It really did.
Nothing like a cool heat on your butthole to really put
Halls
everything in
Mentholatum.
perspective. Yeah. The halls of medicine, dude.
the
My butthole.
the
were
rectal halls of medicine.
That's right. The rectal holes of medicine.
Get your throat game right.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is just too much.
There's that time when I got hit by a car in New York.
Oh, God.
Shit,
Now
yes.
that is an amazing story.
Jeez.
Apparently in New York they don't
They
stop
don't
when you try to
stop.
cross the street.
It's not like an episode
Uh,
of Friends
Where
where
they're just
Ross chases Rachel in the middle of the road.
or you just kind of walk through and you're fine and everybody's just looking out for everybody.
Everybody's it does not work like that.
So
So we found
this
out.
wouldn't be the first time I've been hit by a car, but yes, we were trying to cross the street to get to our hotel. I had 2 bags of luggage, one in each hand, and I step out into the street, and within seconds, a lady hits me. I roll over the hood, miraculously somehow land on my feet with the luggage still in hand.
Still in hand.
As
And
Damien and I are screaming from across the street.
Yeah, we're
Because
just
Michael
like,
just
"No!"
plows out into the road, and we're like, Michael, stop! And he's just trucking it.
and I'm so
And this girl's like on her phone. She doesn't even see him. And she's just rolling forward and just, Michael's on, and we're like, oh my God.
and there was a man that like popped out of his car and goes, "Oh my God, are you all right?"
He's like, sir! Sir! And Michael's having none of it. Michael's just,
I just keep walking
Yeah.
because that's what
we're
you do.
still on the other side of the street, like, oh my God, oh my God.
That's what you do when you're really embarrassed and
Yeah.
you get hit by a car and
Go forward.
yeah,
Keep walking.
you just pretend like
didn't see
nothing
nothing.
happened, and then you get to your destination and you look and make sure that all your limbs are still there and make sure your legs aren't broken.
Do you know what happened when we were like, fuck this, we're leaving and going back to North Carolina?
Yeah.
Rick was standing down there. We were putting all the stuff in the car, and that's when the cutting diamonds thing came through. Because Michael,
I don't always get like phrases
and sayings
correct, yes. And so I thought, when people say cutting glass when you have like hard nipples when it's cold, I was calling them cutting diamonds. Because
Rick
you
was
use
like-
diamonds to cut things. But like,
Rick was like,
if you think
what?
about it, it does make sense because if you can cut
He
diamonds
doesn't
with your nipples, then they are extremely hard and sharp.
Because
Because what cuts diamonds? Nothing. It's like the strongest shit on earth. That means you really have hard
I
nipples.
just remember you saying it, Rick, and he because he
I'm cutting
didn't
diamonds.
know
What
what
does
the
that
fuck you were
mean?
talking about. It was very funny.
You mean cutting glass? On an unrelated thing, I once, when I was at the beach with my brother, we went surfing, and my nipples got raw from, laying on the surfboard, and they got so raw and chafed that they did not become unerect the entire trip. And every time, my shirt would rub them or something of that nature, it would just chafe them more, and they stayed erect for probably
He loves this all
a
this
week. And you could see where the little holes were, where if I was a lady, the milk would come out. And I was like,
Jesus
oh, yeah.
Christ.
Maybe, maybe I could
Okay.
breastfeed a child.
And okay. All right.
Yep. GPSs aren't always correct, apparently.
Yeah.
Especially years ago.
Oh, God.
Before people used Google Maps.
Actually, I don't even think it was the GPS's fault that time. I missed the turn. I missed an exit.
Maybe, yeah.
And
The GPS
some
was
places
trying to
it's
redirect
like, oh,
you.
you just take the next exit, no big deal, or we'll just turn around. Well, it didn't quite work like that. We took the next exit, and
Into pitch blackness.
and then all of a sudden we see a sign that says welcome to some sort of state park.
We were literally on the top of a mountain.
Well, we just kept going because
Yeah.
there was. I remember there being rocks on the
Mhm.
some kind of.
We couldn't see anything. We didn't even realize that there's mountain, that there's a drop off on the side of us, and we're just lost in whatever.
There's
was
nowhere to
Pit-
turn around.
It was Pisgah National Forest.
That's
No,
that's in
that's
South
here.
Carolina.
Oh,
Or
okay.
here. Yeah.
Pisgah.
Michael just likes to make
LaGuardia.
stop saying words. It was some kind of bear or something black bear
Yeah.
mountain
something
state,
like
something I don't know. But so we get off this there's no light, there's no buildings, there's
that.
no
Street lights.
so it's not like a
nothing.
regular exit, and so we just keep going. Certainly at some point there will be somewhere to turn around. And there wasn't. So we just just kept going. Well, the next thing we know, the road dead
Oh,
ends.
that's right. We
There
just
was
kinda-
nothing.
it was just
I mean, there was just
cliff.
yeah.
Nothing.
And we look off to one side, there's water. There's
Yeah.
you can see but we're up high and there's a mountain and there's just, the road just stops. There's nothing. And we're like, this isn't good.
It almost
Yeah,
ended up like the end of Thelma and Louise, where they just like jump off the end of the cliff. That would have been us.
Kept going even 2 inches further, yes.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Mhm.
I mean, so our manager, Jamie, we called him and he was awake. He was like, hey, what are you guys doing? And we're like, dude,
We're kind of stuck.
we need a
We
lot
need
of help
help,
right
yeah.
now. And I'll never forget his words when we explained to him what happened or where
He found us, like where we were,
he did.
on a
He was
map.
like, tell me like what the last thing you remember seeing.
like a road or something.
Or wrote something, and he looked at like a map
A physical map.
and figured out where we were, and his words were like, oh,
Wow, you're really
he
lost.
said, you guys are dangerously lost. We were like, oh shit.
It's like, yeah,
It's like,
no
of course
kidding.
we are. Of
No
course we
kidding.
are. And he somehow used that map.
He
And,
navigated us down.
and he did. We did like a 500-point turn and turned around. And
like, take
came
it right here. take
all
it
the
right-
way. But he's like, you guys are on top of a mountain in a state park. And we were like,
Only us.
what? No, that can't be
How
possible.
that even
Like,
happen?
Only
like,
us.
what did you do? I was like, I don't know, man. We missed an exit and just took the next one. Like,
But he was
that-
like, he used to be in the Navy, so he was just really good with maps. And
Makes
He-
sense.
and he thought it was funny, and he navigated us all the way back down the mountain. And by then, like, I remember the sun was starting to come up,
Mhm.
and then there were actual like a few cars on the road. And by the time we got all the way back down, we went through that big thing that said like the name of the state park,
Oh,
like thank you
yeah.
for visiting. You know, we were like, oh my
Holy
god, what
shit.
did we do? And got back on the interstate, I guess. And we weren't even that far from like where we were supposed to be.
Exactly.
And yeah, that's
Only us.
we've done that more than a few times.
Oh, God. I think I was driving. I think when we were the wasn't it military
The
funeral?
procession.
Oh yes, that's a great one. That's a great one.
Oh God.
We were in Texas, very close, like to the border in Texas. I think we were leaving Brownsville. We
Yeah,
were
we're
like
leaving
on our way
Brownsville.
back up to like Salt Lake or wherever we were going. But we hadn't been on the road that long, and we were still very close to the border down there. And I mean, it's just this wide open highway. You know, there's not that many cars around. And Damien was driving, and I don't even really know how to put it into words, but we somehow, I remember there like construction, so there were cones and stuff, and we somehow ended up on the wrong side of and next thing you know, there's a hearse and like several limousines, like, but they had these little flags on them, and we were like,
Something doesn't seem right here.
this doesn't seem like your average funeral, you know. So we had somehow gotten in the funeral procession line with the like official vehicles
Federale.
of some kind of like federale.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know. I have no idea.
Some politician or somebody.
Something, and because they had those little official flags on all the vehicles, and we were like, oh god. So at some point we get to like a checkpoint or something.
Yeah.
Like a border checkpoint or something, and they were letting all the other cars go through, but they flagged us down immediately. And we were like, oh god. And they were like, basically, what the hell are you guys doing in line with these vehicles? And we're like, we don't know.
We didn't know.
We don't
Yeah,
actually know.
I think I was kind of sleep deprived and
Oh, I'm
like
sure.
I'm pretty sure I might have also have been taking a lot of Comtrex because I think I started getting sick when we were in Austin because we went
Yeah.
from Austin to San Antonio to Brownsville and I think I was concentrating on the car in front of me trying to stay awake.
You're kind of zoned out.
Yeah, and I think I zoned out. Like, I think somehow
And I
I got
think-
behind the hearse and zoned in on the hearse.
And some of us were asleep in the car, too.
Yeah.
Like, it was just a long trip.
Yeah, just kind of all of a
Yeah.
sudden we're like, wait, what are we doing? Like, what are all these cars and what's happening? And we're not near any other regular, like, oh God.
Yeah,
I
it
was
got
freaking
weird.
scared too, because like somehow, you know, the whole trip, you know, when you're on the road, you don't hold anything, but somebody had given me a small amount of bud, and I was holding it to hopefully smoke it at our next destination. And I'm like, oh my God.
It was
There
in
was
a
dogs.
Yeah,
that-
they had
Well,
dogs.
okay,
They
yeah,
had
so
fucking drug
it's
sniffing
in the
dogs and
trunk in a
shit.
suitcase. But of course, because we got caught up in this shit, and they're like, what are y'all doing? They made us pull over, and they're like, all right, y'all got to get out of the weekend. And they got to search the car. Well, here come the dogs. And we were like, oh God,
Here we go. We're all going to jail.
We're going to jail. Like, middle of the tour, we're going to jail.
This isn't how I envisioned this going.
And they did. They got us out of the car, popped the trunk. Here come. I'm like, oh Jesus God, what is happening? But nothing happened. They were like, okay,
It's because it smelled like Hall's eucalyptus.
it may have.
Yeah, and I think the fact that we look like we did, and we're, you know, we told them we're touring musicians right now. You know, we just haven't had any sleep. They're like,
We
don't
believe you.
let it happen. Pay attention to what you're doing.
Yeah, you know, they got to give you a little bit.
Yeah, so that was.
What about when they thought your bullet belt had real bullets in it at the
Oh
What,
my
Minneapolis? Was it
God!
Minneapolis?
Yes.
So you missed our fucking flight.
So no, we didn't. We didn't miss the flight.
But we
we
almost
almost
did.
did. Yeah. So I've got a bullet belt. You know, it's what it is. It's a belt. It's made of bullets. You know, they're not real. I mean, they're real bullets, but they're not, you know, live ammunition. They're just for show. So never had a problem anywhere with them before until we're leaving Minneapolis. We just got, you know, done playing Minneapolis. We're leaving. Checked our bags. You know, we've gotten through everything. We're like,
And it was in your checked luggage.
yeah, it was in the checked luggage. It was going under the plane. Like, it was not going with me. And the plane is now boarding. You know, we've been in the airport for a while, and I hear my name on the intercom, and they're like, please report to U.S. Airways service desk immediately. And we're all like,
And
what
you could
the-
barely hear it because we're like, did they just say your name?
Yeah.
And they said it a few times because we couldn't. It was hard to hear, I remember. We're like, what? No, certainly not.
So we finally established that, yeah, they were definitely calling me, and they weren't stopping. So we were like, okay, we need to get up there. So, you know, making a beeline for the U.S. Airways, all the way back through the other side of the fucking airport. And, you know, I'm probably a good 15, 20 feet, if not more, from the desk. And the woman sees me over this fully packed lobby of people waiting, trying to get onto their planes. And she's like, sir, you did not tell me you had live ammunition in your bag.
We're
And I'm like looking around, I'm like,
What? Live?
are you kidding me? So, you know, I kind of start laughing because I'm like, oh, wait, she's talking about my bullet belt. So, you know, get up there, and she's like, your bullets, and I'm like, no, it's a belt. And there's a couple guys, like typical
Normal
airport
guys.
security type guys, they're holding the shit up. They're looking at it.
They think it's like something Rambo with
Yeah.
strap over his shoulder.
So the woman is like now kind of smirking at me at this point. She's like, you know, I'm like, well, our plane is boarding right now. Like I've got to get back on that plane. It's a belt. I was like, I'm a musician. It's part of my show. I got pictures on my damn phone.
It's a bullet belt. Look it up.
Yeah, I was like, you can look at the bullets and clearly tell that they're not live. I was like, you know, just put it back in my bag. Let me get on the plane. She's like, you're not getting on that plane today. I'm like, yeah, I'm getting on that damn plane today. So the guys get on their walkie-talkie, and she's laughing. She's like, oh, no, you're not. And, you know, I'm like trying to tell them, like, guys, it's a belt. It's decoration. You know, I'm like slapping the counter. I'm like, it's a fucking belt. I'm like so mad. So next thing you know, Dick coming down a little walkway behind like all these, you know, here comes the guys in the suits with the earpieces and the sunglasses. And I'm like, oh, God damn it. So they come over, They take the belt and they're looking at it. So now we got like a whole crew around my belt behind the U.S. Airways service desk. Nobody's being helped. Everybody's pissed. So here I'm standing yelling about a belt. They're trying to figure out what's going on with the belt. So nobody can figure out what the hell to do. So the guys with the suits and the sunglasses, they get on their little thing. And I'm just like, who are they going to call now? Like what? Who's the next up the ladder if the suits can't figure it out? So a few minutes goes by, and here comes this, like, pardon me for this, but this really fine-ass little blonde woman comes walking down the thing. She's got her little pinstripe, like, little suit or blazer and skirt, you know, half my height, and I'm short, you know, but she's bad. She looks like she's maybe mid to late 20s. She's probably older than that, but in my mind, she was hot. But anyway, so I'm like, what is this? So she's like just power walking down there and just kind of makes her way through everybody. And she takes the belt and she's looking at it. She kind of looks at everybody else, you know, and calls them all down in for a huddle. Tells them all they're a bunch of fucking idiots. I believe those were her exact words. I think she said, you're a bunch of fucking idiots. And she's like, get this man's belt back in his bag right now.
It's a fucking bullet belt.
Yeah, she's like, get the shit
belt.
through. And she's like, sir, I'm so sorry. She's like, I'm going to come with you. We're going to get you guys back through the checkpoints. We're going to get you on your plane. No worries. She was like, word of advice next time. She's like, wear it into the airport. I'm like, are you serious?
She was like, it's a belt.
Yeah.
It's a belt,
She
you
screamed
idiot.
at the
It's
belt.
a fucking belt.
Yeah,
I think she was yelling it
pissed.
before she even got close to,
Yeah.
like actually there.
She was mad.
She was.
Dude,
Oh,
that was
yeah.
nerve-wracking.
So hot.
Dude, there was that time they thought the virus was a bomb.
When we
That
got
was-
back into Charlotte.
No, that was in Minneapolis.
Oh, really?
That was.
Different time. But
I think it was the same time because.
but look at it. It says access virus on it. And
Okay.
it doesn't have any keys on it, and it has all these
So
little
trying to explain
knobs.
it's a keyboard to someone that doesn't work. That doesn't
It's got all these
They don't
little
like
knobs on it. It says access virus.
that. One
Yeah.
thing you have to understand is the time period in which this was happening. This is like right post 9/11.
Yeah.
This is like the height of like TSA and airport security. This is like
Anthrax, people think
the shit has hit the fan, and like it is all you
mayhem.
can do to get through a fucking airport at this point.
Oh, yeah.
So another thing too, a lot of our gear cases are rifle cases that we have modified to hold our gear. So trying to explain that it's not a gun in the case.
I know we had that kid getting back into Charlotte. They thought that Michael had a rifle because of the case.
they'd snap our locks every
Oh,
time.
yeah.
Every time.
Every time they'd snap them. We just stopped locking them because they would cut
They
them.
would cut them off. That one time we got back into Charlotte and your guitar case is coming on the carousel.
And it's open.
Sliding, the guitar's sliding halfway out, and we're like, oh my.
They
And there's
clip
like
the
tape
locks.
around it. We don't even
With
fuck
a little
with our.
sorry TSA, we had to open it.
Yeah. But
We had
that's a
some
pain in the ass to fly with gear.
had some interesting experiences.
Oh, yeah.
But we
For
made it
sure.
out, made it through. Stronger people.
Yes.
Swole.
Oh,
swole
shit.
up.
Oh, man. But, yeah, we're gonna be having new music coming out. Not soon, but it is coming.
It's coming.
We're working on it.
That's right. You know, good things take time. We're not
Good
trying to
things come to
repeat.
those who wait.
We're not trying to repeat and make something that sounds like something else. It's got to sound better, and it's got to move people. We got to like it.
We have the technology.
We have to like it. We can't just make music for other people. We know that people want to hear what we're doing, so we're gonna let you hear a little bit of what's going on. It's not the final product, but it's a small taste of what's to come, and it will happen. Okay, but good things take time. Good things come to those who wait.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
These two.
Sit your ass down.
Oh my gosh.
that's right. Sit your ass down. Calm down a little bit. Hey, if you ever meet us, don't be an asshole, okay?
Oh, bird! We're gonna make an adult film together.
Yeah, with your face.
All right, so thanks for hanging out with us, and thanks for watching the video. If you like this, hit the big red thing under the video that says subscribe down there, and hit the little bell to turn on the notifications, and give a thumbs up, because I need that shit. It makes me happy. Just do it, please. Do it. See, they're even saying it.
Just do it. Don't think about it. Just
Okay.
do it.
And we got more awesome stuff coming, so you definitely want to stick around for that. And we will see you in the next video.